Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. So, another club stop. Get your stamps at the door. Check with Indiana Prepper 2. I think he's the one with the stamp pad. So, let's start our clubbing night out. And we'll start with give me some 5x5s, guys. Let me know how we sound. If things are looking good, sounding good, feeling good, keep it clean. And Jules giving me a 5x5 and Miller. And all right. Okay. Well, we made it, guys. Another day down, and we can thank the good Lord that we all survived another one. So, as usual, we're going to start with some housekeeping items, and then we'll get into you guys causing me to sweat. So, a couple of new channels I wanted to shout out here. As y'all know, I think all of us are pretty passionate about helping out the new people start. Gang all gave me help when I got started, and look where we are now. I can't believe it's only been a little more than 2 months. Uh, so as you know, we're trying to help out these new channels. These are real fledgling ones. They've just got their first couple of videos up. But go look at IT Man Prepper and go look at JW Survival 24/7, though it reads as 247. So a couple of brand new channels. They could use a little bit of love from the family here. So go from there. So wanted to give those guys a shout out. Next thing, and we'll all see what Prepper Nation does. I did see he's in the house, so Ola Prepper Nation. The off-grid cooking challenge. You all saw the video I put up this morning, and I got put to shame this evening. I told you Gemini Prepper put that out yesterday. He had called out TJ. I saw it. He had texted me or commented on one of my videos about it, so I went and checked it out. I figured, okay, I'm going to be in there soon enough. So Modern Refugee went and did a video that he posted. It probably went up about a half an hour before we went live here. And I took a look at this, and that is one cool thing he put up. So doing a penny can stove. I have never seen this, and it was really cool what he did. So I would absolutely tell everybody to go check out Modern Refugee and his video today on the off-grid cooking challenge. Definitely worthwhile. So, okay, now today's been an interesting one, and I'm going to give you two stories here real quick on things that are going on in the world of pinball. So first and foremost, about 12:30 this afternoon, I got one of those lovely emails from our friends at YouTube that they had taken down one of my videos. And if you all remember, it was what I think right around Thanksgiving, I had posted one about the former, what was it? He was the chief science officer at Pfizer. And I had directly quoted him, put a link to the video, his interview in there, and they took down my video today. And not only to that, they also yanked all the advertising revenue from the video. So y'all can give a great big hand to YouTube, because I think I had 5,124 views on that, which obviously y'all had to sit through all the ads. YouTube, of course, still got paid for them. They just didn't give me the pennies that I would get for it. So they kept everything there and took the video down. So that being said, I didn't get a strike. I got my warning. Okay, so if they decide to comb through any other of my videos and do that again, then you'll find me on Rumble for a week. G2 Wallet 2, thank you very much. We know where that's going, so I will get to that in just a second. But, so like I said, just in case I disappear and all of a sudden you don't see me one day, go check out Rumble. I'll probably be sitting there for a while. Okay, the next thing, and this is kind of interesting for everybody. So I had a doctor's appointment today. Okay, just nothing wrong with me. Don't worry, I'm still, I'm not going to keel over yet. But it was my semi-annual checkup. And just so you all know, I get my medical through the VA. Army veteran, I get my VA and go from there. So we all know the VA is a government agency, correct? Okay. So, drive the hour and a half to my VA clinic to go do my doctor, get my blood test, talk to my doctor, check my blood pressure, do all that sort of stuff. And so I asked her about the upcoming, everything that's going on in the world right now. And, of course, her first response was to hand me the mandated, the company line, the pamphlet, here's what you should know about the treatments. Okay, so I got that. So I asked her a question. I said, so what do you know about them? I said, and she kind of hems and haws and toes the company line. And so then I asked her flat out, I said, when this comes out, will you take it? VA doctor's answer to me, I haven't made up my mind yet. Okay. Read into that as you will. But, told me everything I needed to hear. So that being said, so those are the latest and greatest pieces of news that I thought you guys would like to hear. So that being said, I want to thank my moderator. At least I know Indiana Prepper's in here. I didn't see if the other two had made it yet. And as I scroll through real quick, I'm not seeing them here. So Indiana Prepper 2, you may be on your own to keep the bad guys out of here tonight. But I know you're up to the task. You always are. So good deal. And maybe the other ones will show up soon enough. We'll be good. So we'll get into Q&A real quick. As all, if you guys have questions, please put them in all caps. This thing does fly by a little fast, just as fast for you as it does for me, and I'm trying to read them. So please put the questions in caps and we'll go there. Other thing I wanted to say real quick, just before we get into it. I've seen the comments. I've watched the videos today. All right. I get it. I'm right there with all you. I'm tired of this shit. It's tough on all of us. Okay. It's tough on every one of you watching us. It's tough on us to actually go out and make the videos. All right. I still believe in my heart we are all doing the right thing, fighting back as best we can, and we can't give in under any circumstances. It's heartbreaking. It's tiring. We've worked our asses off our entire lives to get where we are today, and we all want to go back to work tomorrow to improve our lot in life a little bit more, okay? Please, I'm begging y'all, please keep up the good fight. Keep the faith, okay? Because those that don't are going to deserve exactly what they get. Like anything, anything in life that's worth having is worth working hard for. If you don't want to work hard for it, you don't deserve to get anything. That's just my 2 cents in it. So that being said, I'm going to continue to bust my ass on Freedom Gathering. We are doing well. I'd like to see us doing better. I hope y'all liked the video yesterday. That was a labor of love to put that out. Thought you all would like a little bit of fun and something to pump you up. Heard that song driving home from the store yesterday, and the light bulb went off going, oh, I got a perfect idea for this. I love to get a little creative sometime. Obviously I got the nice little warning from YouTube on copyright, and I knew that. They didn't give me a warning or anything like that. I knew it, couldn't do anything with the video, but there's so many other people that just put up the music anyway with lyrics on it or whatever. Fine. I knew they'd slap me on the wrist, but I wasn't going to get in trouble, and it was all for fun anyway. So hope you all got some enjoyment out of it. That being said, guys, if you haven't gone to freedomgathering.org and signed up, please do. When I looked earlier today, we had like 1,850 people or something like that. We're getting close, okay? At least with a couple of thousand people, I might be able to contact some of the mid-tier players. They might get a little interest, but we got to have the bodies. So, and then one last thing I just wanted to show you, just because I'm gonna tell you, I put my money where my mouth is. All right, there. Yes, it came in the mail today, so I will wear this with pride. Grim had created that, and when I saw it, I ordered it. It took about 10 days to get here, but if y'all do decide to order it, just know it does come a little small. I ordered a 2X because that was as big as they'd go, and it's probably just a little bit short on me. But then again, I'm huge. So, all right. 10 minutes of me bullshitting. Now, let's see if we can have some fun. Jason in Virginia, thank you very much. You're setting up a Discord server for all the prepper creators and followers. Each creator will have their own chat and voice chat. Cool. Count me in on that when you get it in, though you're going to have to teach this old dog some new tricks, okay? Because I hadn't even heard of Discord until maybe a week ago. So let's kind of go there. All right. Beagler Outdoors. So if they can rig an election in plain sight and get away with it, can you imagine what they'll do next in plain sight? Forced vaccinations will be a walk in the park for them. I did a video on this the other day, guys, okay? The way the law reads, and right now we are, until we go into without, WROL, without rule of law scenario, we still have laws, okay? The Constitution says that health, medical issues are state issues, okay? So the federal government can't mandate a nationwide vaccination. They can't do it legally, all right? Each state can. Now, what I've heard is California is looking at doing it, and DeSantis has already come out and said he's not going to do it. My thought on this one real quick is watch how many people move from California to Florida, okay? Because just because the state's red or blue doesn't mean everybody in the state goes that way. And I mean, there's 30% of California, at least according to the numbers, okay, voted for Trump. That's 30% of the population of California is pretty unhappy. If that 30% leaves, chances are those are most of the working people. So they'll just kill their economy. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, I still am a firm believer in this, that companies and states and cities will not mandate the vaccine, or if they do, it's going to be very short-lived. As soon as they start seeing losing tax revenue, losing profit, losing customers, losing employees, they're going to backpedal real quick. My thoughts? Nope. I mean, it's just I'm thinking economically here. All right. So, yeah, that's just where I see it happening. It may happen, but I think they're going to back down from it real quick. Okay, just because if half your, I mean, what do we see? Angry Prepper last night, 45% of FDNY refuses to take the vaccination. Sure, okay, you tell me what, when half the firemen in New York City decide, I'm not doing it, fire me. They can't, okay? Again, this is the same thing I keep saying about Freedom Gathering. It's strength in numbers. If enough people say hell no, it ain't going to happen. Okay. So, thought. I just want to be, Val Robinson, I just want to be back in my home Republican state. I just want to ride my bicycle home. Okay, now you're making me think of a Queen song, The Bicycle Race. But okay, we're not getting into music again tonight, guys. That's a Saturday thing. Guillermo Valdez, CME is supposed to hit tomorrow. My guess is you watched Prepper Now's video. I talked about this a while ago, guys. The grand solar minimum is a real thing, okay? Anybody that believes in climate change is a complete moron, all right? I've said this 100,000 times over and over and over again. The Earth creates, 700 times the amount of carbon than man does. And India and China create 2/3 of all the carbon in the atmosphere that the rest of the world, of the total world, okay? So it's not us, okay? Climate is going to be affected by grand solar minimum, happens every 400 years. We're going to see all sorts of solar flares lately, coming up, starting right into now. That is why we're going to see some crazy weather patterns. It was 39 here today in Tennessee, okay? It's supposed to be 61 on Thursday. Welcome to December, okay? Nisi Tribe, did somebody say Queen? Yes, I did, okay? Another great band. I'm a huge Freddie Mercury fan. God rest his soul. Let's see. Deborah Cancel, what do I think of the new lawsuit? Texas was joined by 7 other states. It's got validity. I mean, because they are, the nice part is they can skip all the lower courts. They're going straight to the Supreme Court. Okay. And changing the laws, that does disenfranchise the people in Texas. So it's got validity. The problem that I see is that the Supreme Court refused to even take the Trump administration's case against Pennsylvania. And I mean, there wasn't even a dissent written. Okay. That worries me. Okay. So we'll see what happens. By no means am I a lawyer, a legal scholar, and anything. You know, I'm an armchair quarterback. That's it. But I do pay attention to this stuff. So, Rebecca Despain, Texas case, will it make a difference now? Again, same thing. It depends if the Supreme Court even takes it. Okay. Remember, they get to pick and choose what they want to hear. If they say, sorry, we're not hearing that, it's over. Okay. Because there is no lower court to go back to. Broussard Homestead, same with the firemen where I work. No shot for me. I'm assuming you're talking back to what I said about Angry Prepper. Good. There was a comment in one of my, on the comment board today, I think it was on today's video, about somebody who said their wife was a nurse and they said they were going to mandate the flu shot, okay, not the COVID shot, and she refused to take it, and she was told, turn in your resignation. Again, that goes back to the same thing I said before. Let's just, I mean, there's a nurse shortage in the country as is. Let's say half the nurses say, no, I'm not going to do it. The hospitals are screwed, okay? They're not going to be able to force this if there are the numbers. So that's kind of the whole thing, all right? And this goes right back to what I keep saying about freedom gathering. We got to have the numbers. As long as you have the numbers in anything, you're going to win, all right? You know, why is a baseball game 9-on-9 or a football game 11-on-11 or whatever it is? It's not 11-on-6 because the people with the numbers would win. Same thing again here. All right, you got to have more. Okay, scrolling around here a little bit. Teresa Lobinger, the UK is all lined up. Yeah, well, I did a video on that too. That's because Bill Gates is the biggest donor to the British healthcare, their equivalent of the CDC or the FDA or whoever, you know, and you know, of course, they want the 800 million that Gates gave them, you know, so they're going to bend over and kiss him, you know where. So of course, you know, he's also one of the biggest shareholders in Pfizer. So you know, figure that one out. Prepared Texan. The Supreme Court's agreed to hear the Texas case. Cool. I did not hear that. Thank you for sharing that information. My blood pressure just went down 5 points. Make me happy here. Okay. Isaac, do I think winter is going to be worse this year weather-wise? Yeah. I don't think it's going to be 1978 again, but I mean, Grand Solar Minimum says this is going to be a bad winter. I mean, I'm here in Tennessee. We've already had snow once here. All right. Last year, we got a total of 2 inches of snow where I live. Okay. And we've already had snow on the ground. I mean, enough. I mean, I would probably 1/2 inch of snow. Prepper Nation did his video this morning. I recorded yesterday. It was snowing in North Carolina. Okay. I mean, he's on the North Carolina-Virginia border, basically. So you can, and I mean, I'm pretty close to the same parallel he is. So yeah, you see how far south this is pushing. You know, there's already how much snow on the ground in Minnesota and, you know, everywhere up there, you know, North Dakota. I know we got people up there. You guys already have snow on the ground. New England's already, you know, getting bad weather. They got a nor'easter coming in. Okay. When's the last time we've seen significant snow around Christmas time, guys? I can't remember it since I was a kid. So, somebody just said it's probably going to be 80 degrees. And I missed it because it scrolled by and I'm bouncing all over the place. Yeah, it'll probably be 80 degrees on Christmas. Ain't that the truth? The Washington Post had an article today about CME and the Grand Solar Minimum affecting the Earth in the near future. Yeah, well, the Washington Post is probably about 8 months behind because the Grand Solar Minimum started in April. So, you know, but again, we are talking the Washington Compost. So, Broussard, I love it. Not to brag, but I have the same medical credentials as Bill Gates. So, Yeah, so do I. So does my dog. Though I'd probably think my dog's probably smarter when it comes to medical issues. Val, I could do a comparison on Bill Gates, but I don't want to cause trouble. Use your imagination. Yeah, well, okay. I'll leave it at my dog. We'll go from there because I could get kicked off of YouTube like that, and this live stream would be done in a heartbeat if I really gave what I wanted to say. Uh, Busted Beak. We haven't had snow yet here in South Dakota. 70 degrees today. Okay, somebody explain to me how it's 70 degrees in South Dakota and 39 in Tennessee. Okay. I'm not planning on going to South Dakota as a snowbird. You're not supposed to go the other way around here. Jose Gamboa, December 21st, 2020. Saturn and Jupiter will be closed. Okay, I don't pay attention to astrology. TJ, you challenged me to a video today. Oh crap. I haven't seen it. So, like I said, I was at the doctor's an hour and a half there, an hour and a half back, spent time at the doctor's, a 5-hour round trip. I will go watch it after I'm done and see what the hell you want me to do. Prepper Nation thought I was going to challenge him to wear chaps, and I told him, I said, nah, I wasn't going to give him something he'd enjoy. I was actually going to give him a prepper, task to do. So, but we'll go there. We the people prepping. People would freak out if we had another winter like 78. I was in Chicago then. I was still a kid. I was, 12? It was a lot of fun. But the adults didn't like it, but the kids thought it was great. But yeah, if we got 3 feet of snow or whatever the hell we had back there down here, you could close Tennessee for a month. Okay, it's done. Sean, if we have a winter like 07, 08, we're done here. I don't know where you are. Where was I in 07? I was in Indiana. I remember a lot of snow. I remember 2010 in New England, it was terrible. I remember snowdrifts that were probably 12 feet high. So that was tough. But winter 78 in Boston was insane. Winter, it was insane in Chicago, and I think pretty much everywhere in between. Indiana Prepper, Indiana. Yes, I lived in Fort Wayne for 2000. Let's see, when did I move there? 2000, and I left in 2010. So I was there for 10 years. Janice, you were in Chicago in 78 too. So yeah, the snow got Jane Byrne elected mayor. Yeah. Well, okay. It did get rid of Daley, but Daley died. So, and Chicago hasn't been the same since. You get Harold Washington after that and every jackass that's come since. So, let's see, where are we? Michigan mom, polar vortex in 2019 was the worst. I left Michigan in 85. So all I remember is we used to be out on the pond behind my house ice skating by this time of year. So that means it had been cold enough, long enough to get the ice frozen. So, and I'm betting you're not ice skating right now outside up there. And I was suburbs of Detroit. Okay, we're going to talk about weather. Okay, what's next? Sex, politics, and religion, right? We might as well hit weather too. Let's see, what do we got? Leah, you would have been in Chicago in 78, but you weren't born yet. Y'all pups. Okay. Us old people talking. Chicago also has Beetlejuice for mayor. Yeah, well, that's now. Trust me, Lori Lightfoot is no worse, no better than any that Chicago's had for the last 70 years. It's just, put another, brain dead corpse in downtown and, congratulations, you've got the job for the next 10, 12 years, whatever it would be. North Shore Preparedness, best $21 you'll ever spend. If y'all didn't see North Shore Preparedness's throwdown last week, he challenged all the Canucks to spend $27 down here. That's 21 for us to go out and buy what you could in preps for $21 and post it. So I answered him, see what was going on, but I'm so stocked on food. I was buying safety pins and toothbrushes and toothpaste and stuff like that. I think I've got 9 or 10 tubes of toothpaste now. But at least I'll have good teeth if the world goes to shit. Isaac, what are my thoughts on the Georgia Senate runoff race? Well, okay, if the vote count is legitimate, and I'm going to qualify it there because I don't have any faith in that whatsoever, and I think y'all know why. Okay, I think Purdue wins. I think Leffler loses. Okay, which honestly is fine with me because I think Kelly Loeffler's a piece of crap anyway. All right, she didn't earn her seat in the first place. She's, as far as I know, the richest member of Congress, never won an election. She got accused of insider trading before the whole COVID thing in the first place. Uh, I'm not a fan of either one of them. Let's put it this way. I think Purdue should win it. Loeffler will probably lose it, which at least that will make it 51-49 in the Senate. My only fear is that both lose and it's 50-50, and then we get camel toe making the decisions. So, uh, I don't know. Politics in this country is so fucked, it's unbelievable. Pardon my French. Teresa, I feel like Trump won't win. I'm not giving up hope yet. Okay. All I know is this: if Trump doesn't win, there were stories. I mean, it came out of what Axios. I mean, which is, two steps down from toilet paper, saying, "Oh, he's going to be in Mar-a-Lago on inauguration day, saying he's going to run in 2024." Okay, Axios has as much credibility as the National Enquirer. Actually, the National Enquirer is actually right more often, but. I'm not until Biden puts his hand on the Quran or the Bible or the Church of Satan or whatever the hell he's going to put on, Mein Kampf for all I know, and is sworn in. I'm not counting Trump out. Okay. Chances aren't 50-50. Chances are probably 20-80. But I mean, every day we hear more stories about fraud coming in, and until this is all settled, I'm not buying it. Okay, Biden is not president-elect. The end. Period. No truth to it. Biden is still right now a presidential candidate and a U.S. citizen. That is the only title he has. Okay, he could use ex vice president or ex senator, but right now his only title is presidential candidate. That's the only active title he has. Somebody just said it ain't over, Bobby Samdumu. It ain't over till it's over. Yeah, exactly. All right. Fine. We may be in the eighth inning. Okay, the game goes 9, so deal with that. It ain't over yet, guys. Don't get disheartened. Okay, you got to keep fighting because. And fighting, hoping, praying, doing whatever you can, standing up, because I mean, whatever we do now is going to get noticed a little bit later. If you're seeing stories about Kay Marie put up a video this morning about a breakfast place she and the kids went to that is defying the orders in Washington and staying open. Good for them. If there's enough stories like that, that's going to pressure them to go, we can't do this. We'll have a riot on their hands. And I still stand by what I said 2 months ago in my What If Biden Wins, What If Trump Wins videos. Liz, thank you very much. Great video earlier today. I'm assuming you meant the cookout challenge. But, like I said earlier, go check out Modern Refugees. He put me to shame. But yeah, just don't worry about the election. Worry about you right now. Once you're square, but keep fighting. Keep doing what you can do. Keep sharing a flyer. Keep sending a letter. Talked to Prepper Now yesterday. He was telling me about a county in Virginia that is going to declare themselves a First Amendment sanctuary county. And he was getting copies of the document, if you will, to declare them, and we're going to get it posted up on the Freedom Gathering site. And as soon as he gets to me, I'll get it to Prepper Nerd, and we'll get that going. So we can send it all to our county commissioners, our mayors, whoever it would be, and say, guys, here's the document. Just run this through. You're done. Okay. You don't even have to do any work. I know you're a politician. You're allergic to work. The only thing you can do for work is count contributions and money. So we'll do all the work for you. Here you go. So, it's something. I mean, believe me, guys, even if all hell breaks loose and we lose, you're going to feel a whole lot better for yourself going, I tried, rather than, I sat there and I didn't do anything. And, why is the world like this now? Well, it's because you sat on your fucking ass and didn't do anything. Okay? That's it. If enough people fight back, our voices will be heard. Soapbox off now. All right. Where else am I going? Tracy, your county executive is a jack, but he's a politician. Yeah. Okay. So you just got to smack him upside the head, roll up a whole bunch of them, beat him on the head with it. I don't know. It's again, enough people have to get out there and do it. If it's one or two of us, you get nowhere. If it's 200 people going, you need to do this, you need to do it. Okay. I mean, that's all it is, guys. It's just a numbers game. Get your neighbors, get your friends, get your coworkers. Do y'all want the grocery store to be closed? Do y'all want the kids not to play Little League next year? Do y'all want the community park closed down so you can't walk the dogs and go do whatever it is? Do you want to be locked up in your house all next summer? If you do, then sit on your couch, watch YouTube all day and do nothing. If you don't, if you actually want to have a real life, do something. Okay, that's all I'm asking. Teresa, I printed the flyers. Cool, good. Where else we got? Jason, I will not comply. Yeah, me neither. Okay, so y'all get me fired up. Eddie, Niagara Falls in 78 was buried. Sheriff's Department borrowed snowmobiles to make rounds. Yeah, same thing I was saying about being Chicago. We had one of the neighbors who had a snowmobile. He was making runs to the grocery store for people because the store was still open, but you couldn't get there. So he was out on a snowmobile going. Still remember that. Where are we? Pastor Reality. Don't be Germany in the 30s. Exactly. Okay. Don't be complacent. Just go, oh, gee, I'm going to buy all my nice designer clothes. Or, granted, we're not there. Okay. But, don't run around like this throughout your entire life and go, holy shit, what the hell happened while I was asleep? Exactly. Those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Go look what happened to Germany in the 1930s. And then if you don't think that Biden's not going to pump all the people, all the soldiers back into Afghanistan, Iraq, or whatever, war's good business, guys. They want to make money. They don't care about your, 18, 19-year-old son or daughter getting shot at. There's, just like I said, what they're good at is counting money. That's the only thing they know how to do. Somebody else does the work and they make the money. So plan on that. Prepping 101. I'm just going about life as normal, ignoring things like signs, masks, etc. One-man protest. Yeah, but you got to let people know why. When you walk into Walmart and they say you need a mask, sir, and go, no, and you shouldn't be wearing one either. It's going to make you more sick. Or whatever. Whatever your comment is. It can be one of these. I don't care. But just not doing it, you're going to get, the stink eye. But, if they know why, that might make, you might wake a sheep up or two. Raptor Ranch, I posted a flyer in our community posts and they deleted it. Yeah, well, we figured that, okay? If you put out 100 and 50 get seen, that's fine, because even if it's, paper, that people are just going to wad it up and throw it out or whatever it is. But if you get half seen, that's better. Getting the 50% to something is better than 100% of nothing. I guess the best way I'll put it that way. Where we got? Joe DeFazio, War Pigs. What are we talking? Black Sabbath or what? Where are we here? Yeah, Cheryl Seaman. That's why they don't teach history anymore. They don't want them to know. I'll give you a real quick story here, guys. This is funny. When I was in college, I had a history. My sophomore year of college, I was taking a history class and a technical writing class at the same time, and I had to write a paper for my history class on the Vietnam War. So I did it on the Gulf of Tonkin. I actually interviewed somebody who was there. Okay, we went into Vietnam on a complete lie. All right, Gulf of Tonkin never happened, and that was the trigger that got us in. Okay, that actually finally came out officially about 10, 12 years ago from the U.S. government. I turned this paper into my history teacher, who's a bleeding heart liberal. She gave me a B-. I turned that paper into my technical writing teacher. He gave me an A+. Now, it's the exact same paper. Granted, it was 2 different classes, but the liberal didn't want me to trash LBJ because, oh my God, it's a liberal, and, the fact that, gee, politicians lie, they all lie, and Democrats have perfected the art. She didn't want to hear that. So, I mean, I knew she was going to dog me about it, but I didn't care. I was fresh out of the Army, and I had my head on straight. And, those who can do, those who can't teach, your typical liberal professors. So, kind of went that way. All right. Papa Prepper, I live in a small community and plan on stuffing mailboxes this weekend with flyers. Do not do that, okay? If you open up a mailbox, that is a federal offense. Do not, you can put them on a rubber band and put them on the flag. You can put them in, if they got a newspaper box, you can put them in there. Do not put them in mailboxes, okay? Do not need anybody going to jail. Prepper Nerd was telling me about, we had somebody who's an Uber driver who decided it'd be a good idea to open up the sealed packages for food and put the flyer in there. That didn't go over well, okay? Guys, make sure whatever you're doing with those flyers, you're doing legally, okay? If you're gonna go put them on car windshields, make sure, if it's a Walmart parking lot, go check with the manager, go, hey, can I put out a charity, a not-for-profit flyer out there? Most of the time they'll tell you yes, okay? Just don't do anything illegal, period, okay? Make sure you're doing everything above the board. If you're not sure, don't do it, okay? But I love the ambition. Thank you. Heidi Jenkins, former USPS employee. So you can tell me what I'm saying right here is the God's honest truth, correct? Amber, you have your picket signs ready. Good. Okay. Hey, if y'all didn't notice, on the Freedom Gathering site, we have put up an events page where there are I guess, events that we agree with, and then there's also events to go counter protest at. Okay, there's a few of them in some different places up there on December 12th, this coming Saturday. I believe we got a volunteer today to comb the web for any sort of events. But I'll ask y'all this: if y'all know of any events, I mean, I don't care if it's in Ottumwa, Iowa. Okay. The tiniest little town, whatever. If you know there's something going on that, we might have people that want to go to the rally, email it to me. I'll get Mike to put it on the page. I mean, if there's 1,800 people, hey, maybe we got 2 more that we can add to that crowd. And, if it's in some small town, that those 2 people may be, an extra 10% or something. So, if y'all know anything of events going on, email it to me. You guys are great on emailing me news articles that you see, all over the stuff. I mean, a lot of the information you give me, I just go all over the place. I mean, it's like, oh, I can use this. I can do some more research on it here. Anything you guys get me is greatly appreciated. I probably get 100 or so emails from y'all every day, and I do read every one of them, just like I read every one of the comments, okay? And sometimes I'm up till midnight doing it, and that's why the eyes look a little bloodshot. Because eventually I gotta get some sleep, and hence that's the reason there was no video on Sunday, because I was exhausted, because y'all kept me up late on Saturday. Speaking of, I figured I'd put it out to you guys. I don't know if Prepper Nation is still in the house. I know he does Shogun Saturday night. Do y'all want me to do the after party with John on Saturday? If you do, I'll do it. So, fire it in the comments. Tell me, yes, no. If there's no comments, and I figure, okay, you guys don't want to do it. If there's a bunch of yeses, then I'll do it. So we'll kind of go from there. I'm starting to see yeses flip through here. Okay, so I guess the fedora comes out and I play Godfather a Saturday night again. Okay, well, we'll plan on that. I'll get it on the schedule. And Prepper Nation, or I don't know if you're still here. If you are, I guess I'm going to follow you on Saturdays now. Oh my God, okay, there's a lot of yeses. All right, I get the idea, guys. We'll do it. Okay. This can drive my wife nuts. But, okay, fair enough. And of course, now that means when I got all that done, then all the questions just kind of run up here. North Shore, you were the cleanup crew. Tired is an understatement. Yeah, you had to be up till 2 in the morning. Timothy Larrett, pinball's been getting stoned. Nope. Sorry, dude. That's one thing I will tell you I've never touched. Okay. I'll have my glass of wine. I'll have a beer or something like that. Drugs? Nope. Sorry. Carried a security clearance. You don't get those if you got any sort of drug history. Never saw the use for them. So, yeah, that won't be happening anytime in my life. I'm way too old for that. I don't care if it's legal. That's fine. It's not my scene. Gray Man Prepping. Looks like I missed you, but thank you for the super chat there. Thanks for the email today. Just waiting on it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say, I saw you got that. You actually got that while I was sitting in the waiting room of the doctor. So that'll tell you how involved I am, guys. You guys send me an email. I'm at the doctor's office and I'm answering emails. So, anything I can do to help you guys, I'm going to try to do. If it's something for the Freedom Gathering, I'm doing it. Prepper Nerd and I were on the phone for a couple hours on Sunday trying to figure out the finances of this thing, trying to make sure that we can do whatever we can do. It's a lot of work, but I believe in it. Okay. And it's, any of the people that are new channels and ask me for advice. I mean, the first thing I tell them every time is you got to have a passion for it. If you're just doing this to do it, you're not going to go anywhere. You got to want to do this. It's got to be a passion, a love. If it's just, if you get to the point where it's like, oh crap, I got to do another video, that's when it's time to shut the channel down. Okay, you got to love it. So, let's see, where are we? I'll try to see if I can find some of these questions that scrolled by. Teresa Horn, yeah, great. You're prepper clubbing, but are you listening to anything being said? I catch myself doing that too, is tuning out the person talking and reading all the comments. So we all do that. Mama Preps, did I hear anything about water being traded as a commodity? Where? I mean, that could it happen? Sure. Okay. But if it's already going on somewhere, maybe in Flint, Michigan, I don't know, but but no, I haven't heard anything there. Lindsay, there you go. Yeah, okay. If y'all didn't see, Lindsay just posted Freedom Gathering. We're on Instagram, I believe. Yeah, Indiana Prepper got us on Facebook. We are on Parler. So any sort of place you want to be there, we're there. Luz, he said Alaska Prepper had a video on it today. On what? Water. Okay. Yeah, no, like I said, at the doctor all day, so no, I didn't. I'm behind. Obviously, TJ asked before about a challenge he gave to me. So no, I got some catching up to do on some videos. Bear with me. Just like you guys, there's a lot to watch. And then I gotta try to write videos and prep for this and do my job. So but I love it. Let's see what else we got. Deborah Kessler, what did you miss? About 45 minutes of a lot of stuff. I mean, so it's the only way to answer that one. Let's see. Indiana lost his phone. Okay. I'm just trying to scroll through here, guys, and see if I missed somebody. Yes, Missy Bush, non-alcoholic, CDNA. It's there. What do we got here? Yes. Saturday nights, wine's okay. The rest of the week, it's non-alcoholic stuff because I got to get up in the morning and work, and I need to be coherent for that. All right. So I went back. I didn't see any. Jen Boyles, your share on Facebook to link the website was deleted. I've heard some people say that Facebook's nixed the video, nixed the links, and other people say they get it through no problem. So I don't know. It's Facebook, okay, depends on which little communist yuppie is over there, looking at things. That's what matters. Deb, tell Mrs. Pinball we said hi. Every week. Somebody asked too. I know I mentioned the beef stroganoff. We will be videoing the beef stroganoff the next time she makes it, and the borscht the next time she makes it. Okay, so we will do cooking with Mrs. Pinball. She's gonna hate me. I'll probably be sleeping on the couch tonight, guys. Kentucky girl, the prepper that put it on said that water went on the stock market yesterday. Okay, everybody's saying it's Alaska prepper. I got to see what you're doing. I mean, there's not futures on water. Okay, that's just not realistic. But I'll check it out and see what Rudy had to say. I mean, I'm not doubting Rudy. Rudy knows his stuff, but publicly, I mean, maybe a water company, but there's not commodities, which water would be a commodity, are traded in futures contracts. There's not going to be, I mean, at that point, then what have I got, a gold mine in the well in my backyard? It's not like all of a sudden water's gone. Everybody's saying, yes, there's water futures. Okay. I got to see that. Okay. That's crazy, but I'll go look and see what he's got to say and go from there. Due to a shortage in California. Good. No offense to the people here in California. You ain't getting any of mine. Okay. If I can't starve you out, if you don't tax yourself out of there, okay, then dehydrate your way out. Okay. I wouldn't support Gavin Newsom. I wouldn't piss on Gavin Newsom if he was on fire. How about that for an answer? H. Autumn, thank you for the contribution. Is there a way on Freedom Gathering we can find local patriots near our city? Not physical address, maybe a pin drop on a map. Yes, and we're very close to having that done. What we're going to do, everybody talked about having a forum. Mike and I were talking about this on Sunday. We're going to make it state by state. So if you live in California, get on the California forum, and then you can connect with people that are in the San Diego area, the Orange County area, up in the Bay Area, whatever it would be. So we're going to be able to narrow it down like that where, and again, for cities, just like when you fill out your membership page or whatever, you said, what's the nearest local city? We're going to try to somewhat break it down that way so people can go in there under California, right? Los Angeles group, and then people can contact in there and meet. So that we're probably a couple of days away from that. So it's coming on close. Paula, you just looked up the water futures. It's for real. Okay, I got to see this. For the life of me, I don't understand how they're going to do it. We still have an abundant resource of water. Like I said, I mean, did I just, like have an oil well in my backyard because I've got a water well? California wants to start paying me $1,000 a gallon. I'll ship it. They can pay off my house. That'd be fine. I think if it's true, it's an absolutely foolish investment. But then again, look at Bitcoin, another foolish investment. Let's see what else. Teresa says, I can't find Freedom Gathering on Facebook. Too many people in groups with the name. Indiana Prepper, could you put a link up for it? That would, because you're the one running it, if I'm not mistaken. We the people pressing, I tossed a wine, a gallon of gas also. Yeah, if he's got a match in his hand, maybe. That'd be the only way I'd toss him a gallon of gas. David Williams, I left California 4 years ago. It's only gotten worse. I'm glad you left. Good choice, buddy. Monica Sherman, there are bans in counties and states that you cannot trap rainwater. I know, I've seen that. It's, all over there's places all over the country that won't let you have a rain barrel. I want to see somebody come up to my house. I mean, if the police in your town have nothing better to do than go, gee, Mrs. Jones, why do you have that barrel in your backyard? I mean, really? I mean, especially in California, I don't know, there's feces on the street in San Francisco. There's needles on the place all over the place in Orange County. And the cops are checking me for a rain barrel. disguise it. That's, the only thing I'd say. You dig a hole, bury the damn thing, and just have it go in there. Who's going to see it? What's the best, Isaac, what's the best form of water to drink without minerals? I'm not a water guru. I drink my well water. It's got, a lot of calcium in it, so we wind up running it through a filter. But I look at all these $2 bottles of water and stuff like that, and that's crazy. Water's trading at $486.53 a what? What's the unit of measure they are using? It's certainly not. If it's a gallon, okay, I'm calling up California and saying, hey, come on out here with a truck. But yeah, there's got to be something, metric ton or something. Who knows how they're gonna do that. Yeah, nobles, tell them to mind their own business. I'll do what I need to do. Exactly. We need more people thinking like that. Collecting rainwater. Who are you hurting? Okay, what? It's not going in the ground. It's not going into the sewer to get polluted and get all everything in there. It's going into a rain barrel that I keep clean or whatever it is, and I filter it, and I have to use to water my garden. Gee, I'm sorry. Just 10 acre feet of water. Acre feet. Okay, so 400 by 100 by 1. Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, don't waste your money, guys. Don't. It's a Bloomberg article. Okay, well, that's, there's another. Bloomberg's probably heavily invested somehow, and he's just, trying to, do a pump and dump scheme. That wouldn't surprise me. April D, did I see the videos about the Trump supporters going crazy on BLM? If you're talking about the ones from Olympia, Washington over the weekend, yeah, I did. I guess there was one Trump supporter that was arrested, but I'm glad to see that and again, this is what I keep saying, they didn't start it. Antifa decided to cause some shit, and then they went in there and just beat them back. That's the way you need to do it. If they would have started it, that would have been a problem. But this guy who got arrested,